Ta na 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 na. Life is good. Let's eat some pistachios. Honey, it's got salt in it. Salt in it. Salt in it. Damn, everything's got salt in it. Okay. Hello, welcome back my love community. So I haven't eaten salt for 5 months now, and in this video I'm going to be sharing my experience and why is it that I'm not eating salt. So do you know that salt is used for preserving food? Well, why is that? We use salt for preserving food because it dehydrates the food and takes away all the water from it. And that is what happens when we use a lot of inorganic salt in our body. Now, what is inorganic and organic? Organic is something that comes from living matter, and inorganic is something that is not coming from living matter. Salt that we usually consume in our daily diets is inorganic, and that means that it is not natural for our body to take it and assimilate it. The nutrition that we get from inorganic salt is sodium chloride, which can be found easily in foods like papaya, pineapples, bananas, lettuce, what else, avocados, tomatoes. And if somebody who's consuming these foods in appropriate quantity, you get all of this in your diet.
There have been no cases of people being deficient of sodium because almost everything has it, and we need a very small quantity of it. But we do need it. It is responsible it is responsible for homeostasis. So homeostasis is very important. It helps with muscle contraction, it helps with balancing the pH level of body, and so we do need sodium for sure. But mostly people suffer from excess of sodium, which is excess of salt. In most of your food you will find sodium, and you definitely get enough sodium even if you don't eat salt. Our bodies can survive on 186 milligrams of sodium, and we definitely can get it from our food.
I eat a raw food diet and I get all of these minerals organic, the way nature designed it, living food from the fruits and vegetables that I eat. Salt burns our tissues, and every time we consume it, around 100 times of the weight that we consume is the water that it takes and stores it somewhere in our body where this burning happens. So it's like body's coping mechanism, that it stores it somewhere as a toxin in the body. So when you stop eating salt, you lose a lot of weight, and that is what happened with me as well. I'm going to be sharing my experience, the things that I experienced when I left salt, but that will come at the end of the video. Have you ever wondered why is it that plants stop growing around the sea? It's because of the salt. So if you put a lot of salt in a plant, it will die. And that is why if you are stranded in the sea, you cannot drink salt water because it dehydrates you completely. So you will be dead if you drink that water, that salty water. So if you were stuck in the sea and you consume salty water, you will die. Why? Because you'll be dehydrated. So this is what salt does to us. It dehydrates us, it toxifies us, and it breaks our tissues. Have you also ever wondered that animals in the wild, they don't really consume any salt? It's not like they consume as much salt as we do on daily basis. Sometimes maybe they would go lick on some rock, but that's like once in like 6-7 months, and we're consuming that amount of salt every day. We are the only species that are eating so much salt. Around 70% of our body is supposed to be water, but most of us are dehydrated, and I also see that people are sick, and salt is one of the reasons that causes a lot of illnesses. For example, if you have excess salt in the body, then you have hypertension and high BP. We need hydration in our cells for our organs to communicate better, for our cells to communicate better, and this is one of the benefits that I feel that I have gotten from not eating salt. I think my mind is functioning a lot better than before, just because, yeah, I'm very well hydrated because of consuming all this plant-based fruits and vegetables which have organic minerals that we need, and deleting the toxins that I would get from the salt. The more hydrated we are, the more better the processes of the functions of the body is. So I want to share that this is not a video asking you to leave salt. It depends so much on the other things that you're eating in your daily diet, and only if you have a very healthy balanced diet that you can stop eating salt. So please don't stop eating salt suddenly. It might be a shock to your system. It also depends a lot on the past experience of the body. How have you treated it? What have you done with it? I've done juice fasting. I eat raw food diet, and so I know like how am I progressing with the food that I'm taking. I'm very well connected with my body. So this is just an experience video to tell you that why is it not good for you to eat salt, to bring it in your consciousness and awareness that salt is something that is not very good for our system, and probably like just bring in that idea that maybe you can do a few things in your diet that could give you more radiance in your health, and just like kickstart that process of thinking and start the transition process into eating more healthy. I lost a lot of weight when I stopped eating salt. I think instantly I had lost around 5 to 7 kgs, even though I don't have excess weight on my system, and then my face looked very different around the same time when I stopped eating salt. So if you're looking to lose weight, giving up on salt is a great idea, because as I said that it's stored somewhere in your system till the time you don't stop eating it. So also if you reduce salt, probably that would be a great way to reduce your weight. And also it's a great addiction. Give me some salt, man. Oh my god, it was very difficult to not eat salt. I craved it so much. So I think breaking that addiction was a great achievement. I sometimes still feel like eating it, but not so much, because it's been 5 months, so I'm feeling a lot better. I'm doing all these things, the things that I'm doing, eating raw food, not eating sugar, not eating salt, because I really like to take charge of my body. I think that this is a great way to reconnect with my body. I feel so aware of like what's happening in my body. I don't like hospitals at all. I think food is our medicine, and that is what I'm working on a lot. I feel really hydrated because I've stopped eating salt, and also I think that is really bringing in a lot of radiance in terms of my energy levels, in terms of how happy I feel and how clear my mind is. And I really don't need to drink much water as well because of not consuming salt. I think all of that is taken care of by the fruits and juices that I eat. You can share your experience. What are you doing to upgrade your health? And do share your inputs. How do you feel with decreasing your salt levels if you're doing that? This is all that I wanted to share, and have a beautiful day. I love you. Do subscribe and thumb up the video if you like the content.